welcome to Liz at Home. Today I have a new art supply to share with you. I haven't had a haul, I just bought this. My funds are not such that I can afford to buy in the numbers that other people seem to buy products, but I thought you might be interested in seeing these acrylic paint pens, 36 Earth and Skin acrylic paint pens by Tooli-Art. I was recommended and enabled to buy these by Jamie's Colouring Love, and I thought I would use them in some of my colour by number books, and I'm going to swatch them for you after I've shown you. So they come numbered, which is great. They have the number and the name. On there, I bought an extra fine point so that I particularly want these for my colour by number books, and often they're quite small. And it's water-based, non-toxic, and it says opaque and quick drying. And it says marks on most surfaces. So I suppose if you liked rock painting or something, you could also use it. And what I'm going to do is organize them into number and then swatch them all. They do need to be activated like any of the acrylic paint pens. So when it's new, it looks like this. And then you have to go up and down a few times to get the paint to start to come down. Don't know if you can see that it's coming down, and it feels like a nylon, quite a hard nib, which will be interesting. And then, oh, they're very nice. Feel very smooth, even on this wooden board. So I'm going to swatch them and then I'll be back to show you what they look like. Well, I've nearly finished swatching them and I'm really enjoying them. What I hadn't realized when I opened the box was that you get a couple of spare nibs, which is quite nice. And they also explain on the box how you can remove the nib, rinse it and reinsert it should it become clogged or anything like that. So I thought I'd swatch these last three with you. They're really lovely colors. This is number 34. I've already activated it. And they're very opaque. As you can see, I'm going over the black line and it removes it completely, which is great. I see that one can also buy a set with medium plus this extra fine point in just black and white, which would probably be a great thing to have in one's stash. I've put it in my shopping basket and I'll add it to my wish list. And maybe if I get any birthday money, I have my birthdays in December. So I often ask for Amazon gift vouchers from my family. They don't often give them to me because they find they feel like I spend too much money on art things and I've got more than enough. But if I do happen to get any, then I will try and get the black and white sets, because I think they would be, to have a very opaque white like this, it'd be interesting to know if the white is as opaque as these colors. But you can see this one, this very pale color, has one layer has virtually covered the black. One thing that I am finding with them is that they are quite wet, and when you color sort of like this with the point down, black and white, you end up getting the paper pilling. So I've found if one adds a bit extra paint and takes the side of the nib, it seems to stop that pilling. I think because they're so wet, it's actually going down into the paper. Now, these swatch patterns are actually printed on quite a thick cardstock. So before I end this video, I'm going to get one of my colour by number Amazon print books out and just try a couple of the colours, or even just one colour, for you to see and for us to investigate together on whether or not they colour nicely in that. I hope that makes sense. This is a 35 swatch chart, so I've just drawn an extra swatch in myself. These are from Colouring Bliss. I bought the PDF from them a while ago. They have quite a few nice swatch charts. I've actually started designing some swatch charts myself as well, but I don't have anywhere. I've been thinking about opening a coffee shop, KOFI, like always have a link on my website in case anybody would like to make a small donation to the channel, and that's done through coffee. But now I see they actually have a shop. I've seen that Morgan O'Brien gives a lot of his free PDFs from the coffee shop. And so I've thought about looking into that, and I could put swatch charts and things there if I've got a free download for you guys. So that's all of them swatched, and I'll be back with one of my Amazon books. Well, I've brought out this Colour Questopia Flowers and Gardens book, and I'm just going to choose a random image. I want one that's got, okay, so that's got greys, dark grey and brown, which are colours that I often struggle to find. So, number 2, number 3, dark grey. So, if we look on the back for dark grey, doesn't really, but I think I'm going to take this one as the dark grey, so that's number 31. And I'm going to see how that works. I'm going to use this. I will zoom in for this. Number 3. And let's just see how it does. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of ink out, which is great. So I'm spreading it with the nib. I'm using the nib almost like a paintbrush. And it's not a paintbrush at all, it's a hard nib. And I want to actually leave that. And because it's extra fine, it's allowing me to get into very tight places. And now it's covering up that black line because I went over it. I'll leave the other one. Try and go around the edge. So I'm hoping to one day be able to afford to buy some of those Hachette Disney books. And then I wanted this for those as well. And I have a couple of mystery color magazines, and I thought this would be nice. I'm getting some little white places where the paint is not gone. So I'm trying to cover that. I don't know if you use these, do you also kind of get extra paint out? Oh, another thing I didn't mention that I see they have, I don't know if you can see that, is this line here, which shows how full or empty the pen is, which is great. I think that's really a great feature of these. So I'll just finish this rock, and then I think that's enough of a review or description of these paint pens. I will link them below the video in case you're interested in buying them. I am an Amazon affiliate, so I do get a very small commission if you do buy through my link, and every little bit helps. I sometimes manage to buy one product a year from the purchases, so it's great. It really does help. So if you're interested in looking for anything on Amazon, it would be super if you followed the link. It doesn't cost you any more, so it's not as if you're having to pay extra to do that. So it would be really kind of you to consider. There we are. So that's this so far, and I'll do more again later. Thank you so much for watching this video of these Tooli-Art acrylic paint pens, the 36 Earth and Skin colors. I really like them, and I think that they're going to be a great addition to my coloring stash. Have a wonderful, artistic, colorful week. Bye-bye now.